presented by Chef Parsons. Please tell me, what is that all about?
I'm so excited about this because I'm doing an almond-crusted pork loin, but I'm doing a pea and ham ragout, and what would I normally do? Bacon and 35% cream.
Of course.
So I thought, no, because it's summer, I'm going to lighten it up. So I went with the regular ham instead of bacon. Okay. And then I fell in love with this new product I found. It's Almond Fresh almond milk. Okay. This thing here is lactose-free. Yeah. Okay. It's got 30% of your calcium that you need for the day. Good. It's half the calories of milk. Oh, really good. Yeah. And I noticed unsweetened, which is great. Perfect. I use unsweetened almond milk. So you can use it cup for cup as milk. Yeah. But make this recipe lactose-free. Okay, I like that. I like that you're switching it up a little bit here. Why not? Right? But so what I've got is beautiful little pork loin. Yes. And I'm just going to roll it in a little bit of flour. You know, it's a good lean cut of meat, the pork loin. Yeah, it is. And you can do this with a chicken breast. Yeah. You can do whatever you like. And then what I did is I actually had eggs, and I put a little bit of the milk right in there. Okay. Right, because you need a little bit of milk just to kind of soften it up. Yeah. And then what we do is, and this is where my hands get nice and sticky, we just drop it in. And then I've got toasted almonds, breadcrumbs, like those Japanese panko breadcrumbs. Yes. And a little bit of sumac. I love sumac. It's got that kind of little sweetness to it, a little spice. And you just roll it around. And basically what you do is you get a nice breaded piece of pork. That looks so good. And it's actually it's sort of one of the keys to eating healthy. For me, if I can give something a little bit of crunch, well, like it's the texture thing. I feel like I'm having a treat. And here's the trick, right? So when you bread it, if you like a little thin crust, you can do that. But if you want it a little bit bigger, you can double dip, right? Oh, right. But what you can do is actually cut the pork a little smaller. Yes. So now your portions aren't so big. Right. Because you're actually getting a bigger crust on it. Totally. And so you're still as full, and yet it's, again, healthier and not eating too much big portions. Because that's my problem in my house is portions, you know. I'll bring home 3 steaks, cook them off, and it's only Meg and I eating them. It's like, well, we got to finish them. We have an extra one. Why is there never one left over, you know? So, and then I actually had in the recipe butter, but then I wanted to kind of make this 100% lactose-free, so a little bit of grapeseed oil, and then you just, not too hot, just let it, you know, simmer away. Now that's a little lower than what I want, but it's just low. You don't want to brown this because the almonds are going to burn. Oh, okay. So what you do is you just lightly toast it, leave it alone like that. I think I lost my heat here. Oh, there we go. And then just let it tick away. And are you flipping it? Are you putting it on both sides? What I like to do is just kind of get it just till it's a little bit brown, roll it over to the other side. When it's brown, when it's done, pop it in the oven. Because the oven's more even temperature, a little more controllable. If you turn away for 2 seconds, it's not burned. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Because the almonds will burn fast. We don't talk enough about the lactose-free thing here on the show. There's so many people who are lactose intolerant, so it is good to find those recipes that are not going to give you stomach troubles. And the cool thing is, if you use goat's milk or goat's cheese, you can actually continue, you can put cheese in there as well. So what I've done, I've got some shallots in here that are sauteed down, a little bit of the ham that I talked about, which I love, is a little fresh, potatoes, and then what I'm doing is adding just a little bit of this milk around it. Okay. And again, you know, it's so weird adding in a milk and yet there's no dairy, right? And then what I do is I've got a little bit of brie, but you can use, like I said, goat's cheese or something like that. And you just let that melt down inside. Yeah, you know? So it gets thick. It thickens up a little bit? Sure, and then kind of going with the almond theme, I've got some nice toasted almonds to go in there, you know, and you can already see like it just got that nice kind of almost like a stewy ragout kind of feel, but it's still summery, right? Garden peas. Totally fresh. You've got the peas in there, which, did you do something to let them maintain that greenness? Do you? No, they look so green. I use frozen peas. No, but there's nothing wrong with that because that's what all of us do at home. Garden peas are fantastic. They're great, but you know, frozen peas are actually so fresh. Yes. And I do my chilled pea soup at the winery with frozen peas because you get, also when they freeze, they breaks them down. They're not as mealy. Absolutely. Okay? But yet I'm always frozen peas. They're really good though. They're really good. And then of course, you know, a little bit of fresh salt, pepper, and you know, really that's what we're doing is just bringing it all together. Once you've done, you pour the ragout right in the bottom. You want to let the cheese just soften a little bit, but not too much. You want to have that burst, but when you bite into this, you've got cheese, you've got peas, you've got ham, fresh herbs in there, and then this almond-crusted pork on top. Man, that looks good. Okay, cityline.ca for that recipe, and today's audience will take home Almond Fresh and Cashew Fresh products, smoothie to go and cereal to go containers. So good for your mornings on the go. We're also going to draw for this premium set of kitchenware after the show. Thank you so much, Jason. Let's go to break. We got more coming up.